Yo, what up, guys? Gonna review a movie I checked out last night from Vestron. I haven't seen this in years and years, probably since the late 90s, and that's DAGON. I first saw this at my buddy Paul's house, who actually worked at an FYE, and I used to talk to him about horror all the time, and I was real into H.P. Lovecraft, Reanimator, and all that. He told me he owned this movie and to check it out. So I actually ended up watching it over his crib, and I remember I really loved it back then, but I was fresh out of high school. I was smoking a lot of weed back then and drinking a lot, and it was just partying, so I barely remembered it. Like, I remembered really small things about it. So when Vestron did announce this, I was hyped beyond belief. I was super stoked because this disc, I believe, was out of print, the original DVD. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was out of print because I remember looking it up at one point and it was kind of pricey. But this was a direct-to-video 1990, 2001, it looks like. I thought this was a 90s film, so yeah, 2001. Directed by Stuart Gordon, who everyone knows from Reanimator and From Beyond and so much countless other stuff. Dreams in the Witch House. He does mostly H.P. Lovecraft stuff. I think he did Lurking Fear and Castle Freak. I could be wrong on Castle Freak, Lurking Fear. But I know he did Castle Freak, and he did The Pit and the Pendulum, too, for Full Moon. But essentially what this is this dude on the front who kind of looks like, man, last night he kept reminding me of somebody. I can't remember who it was he kept reminding me of. But anyways, him and this girl and this chick, they're a couple. They're on this boat with this other rich couple, and they're kind of researching something, and but they're on vacation or whatever, and they're like sunbathing on this boat. Then all of a sudden they hear these chants coming from this like Greek-looking cottage town near the shore, so they're wondering what the hell that is. And then all of a sudden a huge storm all of a sudden hits, and boat wrecks, and they gotta basically go to this town, this creepy town, for help. And the girl gets abducted in the beginning by the town, and then you're following this dude, and he's kind of running around the town. People are chasing him, and there's a bunch of mysteries about this town. And it's not really a spoiler because it gets revealed in like the first 20 minutes, but this town is overrun by like amphibian people, like fish people and all that, and it's really nasty. And then there's just some really disturbing body horror that really got to me. Like when you first see this queen woman, she looks really hot. He's seeing her in his dreams, in his dreams and all that, and takes off the blanket. She's got these tentacles for legs and stuff, and it's really disturbing. Like, I think this movie was meant to be more goofy, I don't know, but like I took it serious, and the movie creeps me the hell out. Like, it was really effective. I don't like stuff like snakes or frogs or anything like that. And this movie has a lot of like slimy, aquatic looking stuff, and it's pouring rain the whole movie. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's really wet, and you almost feel like your hands are pruny just watching the movie. It's really cold feeling, but I love the movie with a passion. After watching it, I even told my buddy BDG Reviews, this is my favorite H.P. Lovecraft adaptation that I've seen, and it's my favorite Stuart Gordon film by far. I think the production value is super high. It was shot on location. I don't know exactly where. Spain, it says the coast of Spain. They do speak Spanish, so it is shot on location. You could tell it's not a set. One thing I appreciate a lot about this film is that they'll be speaking in Spanish to each other a lot, the townspeople, and they don't subtitle it for you, so you have no idea what they're saying. But I kind of like it because you're kind of thrown into this mindset of just being thrown into this town, not knowing what the hell is going on, so you're just as confused as the main character. And I really dug that aspect of it. I also thought the effects were top-notch. Nothing seemed fake in the movie. Everything looked good. There was some really questionable CGI with the boat crash scene, and there's a scene where you see this Cthulhu-like creature called Dagon, who they all pray to and worship and all that. And I don't want to give anything away, but it's a Cthulhu movie pretty much. But there's a lot of CGI when it comes to him that looks questionable, but it's for like maybe 5 seconds. But I think the movie's super effective. It's only 98 minutes. It goes by in a breeze. This movie just oozes creepy atmosphere. In my personal opinion, I don't think you're going to get a movie that represents H.P. Lovecraft's writing as much as this. Now, I haven't seen the stuff that the H.P. Lovecraft Society put out, like Call of Cthulhu, which BDG Reviews reviewed last week. I haven't seen a lot of those, but as far as the ones I've seen, the mainstream ones, this one feels the most like an H.P. Lovecraft story. I love this movie. It has tons of rewatchable factor about it. There's a lot of nudity in it, some cussing, some gross out gore. And it's just a really well done movie. This looks like it could have been theatrical. On Blu-ray, the movie looks absolutely stunning, no complaints. And special features, there's an audio commentary with Stuart Gordon, and the main guy. Interviews, Gods and Monsters, a discussion with Stuart Gordon, and he's being interviewed by Mick Garris. And if you're a horror fan, you know Mick Garris is the go-to badass director or interviewer for horror people. Shadows over in Boca, an interview with producer Brian Usna, who's been getting a lot of love lately by a lot of companies. Most of his stuff has been getting released. Fish Stories, an interview with author of I Am Providence, The Life and Times of H.P. Lovecraft. Vintage electronic press kit featurette, archival interviews with all the cast and crew and the director, conceptual art gallery, storyboard gallery, a still gallery, and theatrical trailer. So this is definitely the way to get the movie. I know Umbrella recently released it, but I've done some digging into the Umbrella version yesterday, and they have 0 commentaries on their disc, which is insane. They have none of these interviews on it, and I would have assumed it would have been the same transfer because they both came out at the same time, but they did some screenshot comparisons between this and Umbrella's transfer, and Umbrella's looks a lot softer, a lot hazier. So Vestron, it's a little pricier, but it is the way to go. You're getting all the commentaries, all the features, and you're getting the best possible picture. So I give it a full recommendation. I'm going to go ahead and rate the movie a 10 out of 10. Just the way it affected me. Like I said, it felt like it more catered towards my fears. I'm not a big water person. I don't like that kind of stuff in real life, so the movie really affected me. Now it could be a piece of shit to the other person who that doesn't affect it all, so it's one of those movies, so watch at your own risk, but regardless, you should have a fun time watching it. But I've ranted about the movie enough. Just go buy it. Probably not now, I don't know. It's like, I think it's still like $25, $27, which is pricey, and I don't mind paying for it. I got, to me, I feel like I got my money's worth. Vestron titles do go down the future, so if you're hesitant, I'd say wait till it maybe gets to 20. But if you just want to see it, you're an H.P. Lovecraft fan or Stuart Gordon fan, I'd just bite the bullet and pick it up. It's a beautiful release. Slipcover looks beautiful. It's shiny. Awesome new cover art. It almost looks like Fright Rags type art. So, yeah, that's Dagon 2001. Best H.P. Lovecraft adaptation, in my opinion. But I'll leave it at that. Peace.